Ever wonder why your fellow citizens appear to be suicidal when it comes to throwing out bad leaders and electing good ones? Ever wonder why no matter how good a candidate's campaign, no matter how much money they raise, nor how well qualified they are for the position, Republicans almost always lose? The good news is you're not that out of step with your neighbors. The reason voting trends have shifted so dramatically to the left in the past 20 years is because of vote by mail and the corrupt election system forced on our own county clerks after Congress enacted the Help America Vote Act. Stalin said that it's not the people who vote that count, it's the people who count the votes. Much like Soviet centralized government, our elections have become centralized so that a small group of government officials may control the results of our elections. I wonder just how much a company would be worth to the right buyers if that company had proven to be an integral part in a foolproof method of fixing the outcome of elections. In summary, the election fraud appears to be centralized yet compartmentalized, with only a very few people pulling the strings to facilitate the fraud. By first flooding the state with fraudulently registered absentee voters, then using those fake voters to cancel out the votes of legitimate voters using the Sabre-devised centralized voter registration system in cooperation with ES&S voting machine systems and their ES&S certified printer, programmer, and maintenance company. Now, how to prove this theory of corruption? We have tracked the ballots in 2010 Multnomah County, Oregon elections and have tracked the printing of the ballots in several counties across the state. To illustrate the fraud, we will focus on Washington County, the second most populated county in Oregon. You see, in the two largest counties in Oregon, Multnomah and Washington County, you have some anomalies that are not present in most Oregon election offices across the state. First, the county clerks in both Multnomah and Washington County are both appointed by their county commissioners, and both seem to be billed for their printing of their ballots for major general elections in the new year, almost 4 months after the ballots were delivered to these counties. In the 2012 general election, Washington County ordered roughly 338,000 ballots, despite only having about 292,000 registered voters. Yet, when Ryder Graphics finally delivered their print invoice in 2013 for these ballots, they were charged for 360,000 ballots. More evidence that this election fraud scheme is in place is that the Oregon Secretary of State and Multnomah County spent a full day with 3 attorneys to argue that they should not have to destroy leftover unused ballots after 8 p.m. on election night. During the hearing, they went to great lengths to discourage any change from ES&S to the Hart InterCivic election machines, as Clackamas County, the 3rd largest county in the state of Oregon, had done in the previous year. Now, the state officials are so fearful that their well-oiled election fraud system will be derailed by rogue county clerks who may seek to exchange ES&S with Hart that they have put forth legislation to amend the Oregon Constitution that will be referred to the voters to eliminate the need to elect county clerks statewide. If passed, the state would gain full centralized control of our elections and prevent the system from changing in such a fashion that they would no longer be able to ensure statewide Democratic victories going forward. The solution to this widespread election fraud system that appears to be in place: forward this video to all of your friends across Oregon and the country. Encourage counties to switch from Chuck Hagel's ES&S election machines to Hart InterCivic. Lobby your friends in state government to outlaw all forms of vote by mail or absentee balloting without a provable reason for receiving an absentee ballot. Outlaw the monopoly use of one printing or programming company within each state. Enforce stricter election laws to purge the voter registrations of dead, illegal alien, out-of-state, underage, and all ineligible voters. Insist upon showing picture ID in order to register to vote. Crack down on groups that have been indicted on voter registration and voting fraud, like Acorn, Project Vote, NAACP, and SEIU. Ensure that all county clerks are elected, not appointed. Thank you, conservativelisa.blogspot.com.